Hi there and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Adria Adora. So starting off at the front, inside this locker here, you have your connection point for your gas. Now you've got 2 points here for gas bottles, and then your gas hose connects onto this point here. For your gas hose, you can hand tighten it to an extent and then just finish it off using a spanner. Make sure the regulator is in the correct position and the gas hose is firmly connected on either side, and begin to twist the gas bottle in the positive or open direction, and that will feed the gas through. So we are using our test equipment today. So we've got our gas bottle here coming around this side. I might just mention this first. Adria's, they're slightly different for your legs. Your leg points are on the front here rather than on the side, which is standard for most. They do come with a leg winder, and it's just a simple case. Level the caravan first using the jockey wheel, and then just stabilise using all four corner steadies. Just here is where you'll insert for your water. You have a water pump inside the caravan. Inserts into there. You have a plastic cap to go over the top of an acrol, and at the bottom is your pump or strainer, which will feed the water through into the caravan. Make sure though that the strainer sits at the bottom of the barrel. Just here we have your battery locker. So there isn't a battery fitted to the caravan. And then just next to it you have your insert for your mains. Motor mover I will go over on the day of collection. And then right at the back here you have what's needed for your toilet function. So this first one, this is where you'll fill in for your flush capacity. Get yourself something like a watering can just to make it that touch easier and feed it into there. You can also add a little bit of pink chemical which works similar to a bleach without being corrosive. You can hold around 10 litres of water and make sure you travel with that emptied. Then below it you have your cassette for your toilet. So when this is full and you want to empty it, you press up on the orange handle and pull out just like so. Now this orange handle can extend out into almost like a suitcase as well. And what you want to do is twist this orange head to the side, open up this cap at the end. You want to tilt and at the same time continually pressing that button there to vent. Once you've done that, I do recommend opening up just here, putting in a bit of fresh water, giving it a swirl out, and again tilt and vent. Then on your cap here you have measurements both imperial and metric, or freedom units, whatever you want to call them, and this is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes into this cap, fill to your desired level, twist it onto the cap, and then push in the cassette toilet so that this orange handle here sits behind these white teeth. Now, as I mentioned, you don't want to travel with either of these two full. So to fully empty this capacity, just above here, you have a black lead which you open up and drains out any remaining water. So first up, underneath your right hand side bed, you have all of this here. This black box here is your brain box for your motor mover. I will show you how the motor mover operates on the day of collection. You also have your ignition key just next to it. You have underneath here the first of 3 different drain valves, and then you have your box for your trips and fuses just here. Now, going through the caravan, it is still in its valet stage, so it's not going to go out looking like this, don't worry about that. You have drain valve 2 and 3. So they are all currently in the vertical position, meaning any water inside the system is being drained out. Now what you want to have for the operation of the water to be able to flow through the caravan is all of them in the horizontal position rather than the vertical. Vertical is drain, horizontal is allowing it through. Now I would recommend that anytime that you get off site, just give the caravan a quick drain off. Inside this cupboard here, open it up, you have this here, which is for your alder fluid. Alder fluid has to be between the minimum and maximum level, and you can see here, because I've just turned it on, it does vibrate a bit. Now for your gas operation, for your hob, everything runs off gas, and it's just a case you have to press in on the dial, twist it to the side, that will begin to feed gas through to the desired hob, and press in on the igniter. So this is what it looks like when they're lit. So you can see here, nice blue clean continuous flames. Shut them off, putting it back to the central position. This glass plate, don't put it down until all of these are cold to the touch. And then again, it's the same for your grill and oven. So igniter just here, press in, twist to the side, and press in the igniter. Both sides nice and lit on the grill. And then for the oven, see if I can do this one hand. There we go. Make sure you do travel with these shut up as well. For your toilet operation, it is bog simple. It's a case you have this button at the top here, which I press in, and you hear that motor. That motor is what would push around any water that you have filled in the flush capacity system. Then you push away this catch here, opens up the cassette toilet, shuts it back, shuts up the cassette toilet. Then here we have the fridge operation. So just going to turn it off first. And now I'm just going to go from this position. So as you can see, no lights inside. Press and hold in on this button here, lights up, flash up and go to its most recent memory. Then have some lights on inside. You have the choice of 3 different sources and also auto. Auto will switch it to what the fridge thinks is the best source to use. So to change the source, you press in on this button here, it will begin to flash up. So you've got the choice of either mains, battery. Now that battery is for when you are towing. Some people may think that it's for a leisure battery. It is actually for your car battery when you're plugged into 13 pin. So just press and hold that in again. And you also have gas and you have auto. So switch it to auto and then you can choose the amount of level coming into the caravan. And you can see auto switches it to mains. This level shows the amount of power coming to the fridge. 1 being the weakest, 5 being the strongest. Now it does take around 4 hours for the fridge to fully chill. Only other main thing to note, when you do switch on gas, the gas will begin to gradually tick in. You'll hear it tick in. Then once it's stopped, that means that the fridge is lit on gas. Change the source. Back to mains on full capacity. Then when I want to turn it off, press and hold in here. Turns it off. Then we've got this dial just here. This is like your main control board. So I've switched it on by pressing in on the dial. Now the dial can go left and right, and you can also press in on it. You can see at the top you've got mains coming into the caravan and the board is on. Switch it to the side. This shows the amount of level coming into the caravan. Now with us being plugged into mains, it's going to show the amount coming in from the mains. Anything in the red, that means that your leisure battery will be extremely low and will probably need replacing or charging up. Go to the other side. Now it does show the function for an onboard tank. This caravan in particular does not have an onboard tank, but when you want to have the water pump on, you press in on the dial, that part will come on, which I can then spin back here and you see that is on, meaning the water can be pumped through. Just going to spin that there, press it in, switches it off. Then you've got your outer control panel. This is for your heating and hot water. So it's currently on, you can see with that button there, nice and ignited. Press in on menu and it will come to this screen here. First up, you've got the thermometer inside the house. This is for the internal temperature of the caravan that you desire. Goes up to a maximum of 30 and it does operate on a touchscreen. Goes up and down in 0.5. Whatever you set it to is what temperature it will get to. Then you have the shower just here. Now press 1 or 2 and it will begin to raise that bar, fill that bar in. So when that bar is at the middle, it will get the temperature of the water to 40, and when it's at full, it will get the temperature of the water to 60 and will boost it for 15 minutes and then drop it back down to that middle part, almost like a boost capacity, which is decent for if you wanted to use the shower in the morning or something like that. Then you have your energy sources. So you can either have strictly mains, strictly gas, or a mixture of both. To choose strictly mains, you just press in 1, 2 or 3 and you either use 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts of capacity. Now do be aware, not every site has the capacity for 3 kilowatt power. So I'm just going to keep it at 2 for now. Now if I wanted strictly gas, I'd turn off the mains. I'd press in on this icon here and that will begin to heat the caravan on just gas and the hot water as well. But if I want a mixture, I can either have a mixture of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts as well. Just turn that off for now. Then you do have some additional settings here as well, such as if you can hear the beep or not, language, and a few other bits. If you want to know a little bit more about that, have a look inside the handbook in your book pack. Then to turn this screen off and to turn the heating off, you press in on the button, comes up as off. That's how to operate those two panels.